Most times I genuinely feel that as human beings, we make small issues seem like much more than what it actually is. Those times when you feel like there's so much to do, so much to think about, to the point where you actually get exhausted thinking of it. The truth is, in those moments, if you actually dig deep into what you actually have to do, what are the things you're worrying about, it's not as much as you actually presume it to be. Especially if you look at the ones that are within your control. When you think about the problems that are within your control, most of them you can literally solve it within the next day if you wanted to, but you don't. You choose to sit and complain about it. You choose to sit and overthink about it, and it's almost like a cycle where you have one small issue, and then instead of solving it, you just keep it, and you don't really get it solved, and then the next day something else comes up, and more piles up over time. Hence, it makes you feel like there's a lot more than what there actually is. When in reality, those problems that you have, whatever you have to get done, you can get it done within the next hour, within the next day. But no, you choose to skip actually doing it, and you sit and worry about it and let those problems marinate in your head, which is stupid. But that's kind of what most people do. I have had times when there are people who complain about, oh, I'm so exhausted, I have to do this, I have to do that, and then I ask them, what do you actually have to do? They mention not more than one thing. They can't even think of more than one thing that they actually have to do. It's almost like, wait, what do I have to do? They don't know what they have to do. They don't know what problems they're facing. It's just they make it a lot more bigger than what it actually is in their own heads, which is why the magnitude of a situation can be much bigger or much smaller just based on this any individual. One individual may make such a big thing, and barely even care about it, whereas another individual may take a small issue, just such a small one, and break their head over it. And this is often the outcome of an unsettled mind. When you don't have clarity in something, when you don't have clarity in what you're doing in life, this is what's going to happen, right? You're going to think of a bunch of different things. You're going to feel like there's a lot more stuff to worry about than there actually is. Instead of focusing on the present, you're going to be thinking, what are the bad things that happened in the past? You're going to combine that with, oh, what's my future going to hold, and stuff like that. And then your head is messed up, right? That's what happens when you're not clear in your head, when you're thinking too much, when you're overthinking, when your mind is literally cluttered. But if you have a clear mind, you will literally see things as it is. If there is a problem, you will see it as that problem. You're not going to think, look at that problem and be like, oh no, I have 5 other problems as well. You're not going to be thinking like that. So honestly, just ask yourself, whatever issues you're facing, will it have any significance 1 year from now? 1 year from now, is it going to have any importance to you, the 1 year older you, if that makes sense? And if the answer is no, the truth is you really don't have to worry about it. You can literally go and get that thing out of your way right now. You can solve that issue, but you choose to not. Why don't you actually get done with it? Like, why? That's a problem. Most people complain they have all these issues and then they do nothing about it, which is, I don't think it makes much sense. So stop overcomplicating things. Most times it's not even as big as you think it is.